got a little bit of a problem with the way NASCAR categorizes their racetracks. The way they categorize them, look at it. Waters everything down. It doesn't pay homage. You got the road courses, and you can just push those off to the side, because obviously Infineon, Watkins Glen, they're their own thing. They're their own deal. Then you've got your super speedways, Daytona and Talladega, they're their own thing. So what you're left with now are your short tracks, Bristol, Martinsville, and I guess Richmond being a 3/4 of a mile track, and then you've got everything else. But then you have everything else. And they take all these tracks and they lump them into the one catch-all category, and that means speedways, I guess, is the general term that's used. That's everything else. Intermediate tracks. But look at everything that's lumped into that one category. All your cookie cutter tracks. Fontana, Kansas, Chicagoland, Michigan, Atlanta, Texas, etc. And Phoenix, and Pocono, and Dover, and Indianapolis, Darlington are in that category. And boy, doesn't that make a lot of sense. Yeah, because that makes a lot of sense, having all those tracks together. It makes no sense. I think you should acknowledge the unique characteristics of all these racetracks by giving them meaningful categories. I believe, here's what I think you should do. I think you need to put New Hampshire and Phoenix in the short track category. I know they're a mile in length, but they drive like short tracks, so let's acknowledge the reality. Put them in there. It makes the most sense. Now, Dover's a mile in length as well, but you can't really put it in the short track category. I mean, it's just its own weird deal, right? You know, steeply banked concrete mile-long oval. Now, Darlington is sort of an anomaly as well, being a mile and a third and being Darlington, which is unlike any place else. So maybe you put Darlington and Dover in a category by themselves, and you call it weird tracks that start with D. Killer D category, or the Insanity Incarnate. Insanity Incarnate Racetrack category. Yeah, then you're left with Pocono, Indianapolis. They do sort of fit together, and I don't really know where you put them. They're both sort of just, maybe you just call them the flat weird tracks and you make them their own category. There you go. Flat weirdness, the flat weirdness track category. So now I think you have a categorization system that makes sense and acknowledges, and I think now, the unique qualities of each individual racetrack. So let's break it down. It's your super speedways, your downforce or intermediate tracks. I think you'll like it. Then you've got your short tracks, including New Hampshire and Phoenix, road courses, and then you've got the Insanity Incarnate tracks that start with a D, Dover and Darlington. Then you've got, and your flat weirdness tracks, Indianapolis and Pocono. Now, don't those categories seem to make a lot more sense? Doesn't it make more sense?
Rowdy.com. Say it like it is.
Say what like it is?
Rowdy.com.